Hey there, this is T with Bold Looks Makeup and Aesthetics, and I wanted to share my look with you for today. And it's using some new colors that I just recently got, and it's from thebalm, and the colors are called NUDE Tude, and they're really pretty colors. They go from really light shimmery tones into some matte shades, as well as some really deep smokier looks too. So you can create a lot of different looks with this one palette. And what I've done today, I did add one different color, so I'll show you that as we get to it. But I did prep the eye right now with the Snobby, and what I'm going to do next is take the sultry color, which is this one right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and lightly just place that in the crease. And it's just to kind of give a little bit depth to the lid and build up the color, or sorry, the crease, and just build up the color there. So that's the slightly darker color sultry right here. Next I'm going to go in with a color called Silly, and I'm just gonna, it's a little bit more of a, I'd say suede, well, not really suede, but a darker brown that has a little bit of plum to it, so it's a really pretty color. I'm going to take that, and we're just going to take it on the outside and brush it in to about quarter of the way in. And we're going to take that same color, start on the inside, and take it a quarter of the way on the inside. So we're leaving a nice bright finish in the center there, and that's where we're going to add a little bit of sparkle. So I've gone ahead and just darkened up the outside and the inner corner with those two colors. Next I'm actually going to take the Revlon's color, and it's got a little bit of a sparkly bronze and then a creamy bronze. I'm just going to use the sparkly side, and that's Photo Art is what it's called. You can use your fingertips, but what I find is that when you blend with your fingertips, especially with this, you end up taking off a lot on your finger itself. So I get the majority of the color on, try not to blink because then it gets into the crease, and I just lightly dab the inside and the outside corner to blend the edges a little bit. Otherwise I just leave it to dry and let it pick up all those pretty sparkles and give you a nice shimmer there. So whilst that's setting, I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of what's left on the brush and just go ahead and clean up the crease a little bit too. I love this color. It just instantly gives you a pop on the eye, and then if you want, you'll go back in, obviously. I'm just going to actually apply a teeny bit more right on the edge here. And blend it just a tad bit. There, I think I like that better. Okay, so those colors are in. What I'm going to do next is go ahead with the same palette. I'm going to take the slightly plummer tone, and it's called Silly. It's like an eggplant shade, so I'm going to take a little bit on the pointier side of my brush. I used a different side before to get the main color on, but this I want to use a pointy brush so that I can kind of get to the edges and just lightly deepen out those corners. Same thing with the inside. Just lightly deepen it out and take it underneath. Okay, so once you're done with that, again it comes down to blending some of the color, and I just want to go in on the inside and just blend out that edge. And same on the outside, just blend out the edge a little bit. And if you find that there's a little too much, take your sponge. Love these sponges. You can get the corners really tight into an area. Perfect. And then I'm just going to go back with a little bit of that sultry color, which is a little bit madder, and just blend that all out. Perfect. Now I'm going to take the flatter side or the fluffier side, and I'm going to use the slightly more shimmery, snowy white color. And just blend it underneath the brow bone area. Gives you a nice highlight. And then you can go back in and blend it out again so there's no edges. So there we have the color, and I'm just going to take my sponge and clean off that edge so you have a little bit more of a chiseled edge there. And we're going to take next a liquid liner, and this is Gosh, and it's in black. I really like the fine point on this, and I find that I can get a really beautiful line and jet black finish. And you may have to go over the shimmery part a few times just to get the black on there properly. There we go, you can see that. I'm just going to wing it out. And you can wing it as thick as you want or as far out as you want, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the liner underneath. So there we have almost our finished look. I'm actually just going to go on the other side and darken that out a little on the inside corner. There, and it matches. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and just smoke it up a little bit underneath. And we're ready for mascara. And then for this I'm using the Scandalous, and I love this mascara. I actually like the brush. It's got a little bit of a dip in the center. I find that it helps to lift the lashes a little bit, but also you get on the outer corner really well too. And the rounded inner corner, the rounded in the front, allows you to get into the insides really well too. And I wiggle it at the base just to lay more mascara down there, and it gives the illusion of fatter, thicker lashes at the same time. So this is my mascara face. I think this one's funnier. There you go. Now the option, you do have the option of leaving out the bottom mascara, especially if you have a real flat surface underneath and your mascara tends to just slide off no matter what you do. So then you can just leave it off and use a little bit more shadow to deepen it out along the baseline there too. So there you have it. That's the look with the Nude Tudes from the Balm, and I have a little bit of the Revlon glitter on there too. I'll leave your info at the bottom of the products that I used and where you can find them. And if you have any other questions, leave them down there and I'll be sure to answer them for you. Otherwise, thanks for joining me today and seeing the application for my new palette from thebalm NUDE Tude, and I love the color so far. I can't wait to share more with you and try out a few different looks from them. Thanks so much for joining me. You can find me on Facebook, boldlooks1, and you can find me on my blog at boldlooks.com. I'll leave all the info below. Find me on Twitter, and let's stay connected. Thanks so much. This is Drupti with Bold Looks.